Hi friends, I'm Arun Chaudhary and I'm a Microsoft certified trainer and also an Azure and Office 365 consultant and architect. So welcome to my YouTube channel Cloud Brains Learning with Arun Chaudhary. So in this Azure Deep Dive series, I'm going to be upload my very first video on this week, which is going to be explain you the key difference between the Microsoft Azure and AWS Cloud. So again, my friend, I have also added some of the link in the description box. You can go and you can check there. My blog link is there. Microsoft official article link is there where you can get the detailed information, because I'm not going to cover all the differences, and I have added 100 plus different key differences in my blog article. So don't forget to go there. And so my friend, without any delay, let's start. So let's discuss first on the launching days. AWS was founded early in 2006, while Microsoft entered very late in cloud competition around 2010, as Microsoft mostly focusing on their on-premise products. When we talk about the market share, as a report of Canalys October 2020, they are saying that cloud market is growing up to 33%, where AWS have somewhere 32% of the market share and Azure is somewhere 19%. But again, this is not the final report, this is a assumption. Now, when we talk about the geographical covering, AWS having 24 plus regions globally, which are increasing day by day, and Microsoft is having 56 plus region and covering a good range of the geographical area around the globe. So now, my friend, we are going to discuss many other differences. Let's start one by one. Thank you and keep watching. For the creating the resources in Azure and AWS, both using their own marketplace, Microsoft is having their own marketplace and Azure also having their own AWS marketplace, we can say. When we talk about the management tool, Microsoft, Azure and AWS both offer you GUI based management tool and also command line management tool also. In GUI, Microsoft offer you Azure portal and AWS offer you Azure management console, and in command line, Microsoft Azure offer you Azure PowerShell module and Azure Cloud Shell. In the other side, AWS offer you AWS CLI mode. When we talk about the cost management part, Microsoft use Azure cost management service to give you your cost, how much utilization you have done for your subscription, your billing and all these things. In the similar way, AWS use AWS Cost Explorer to manage the billing and cost related settings. When we talk managing about the virtual machine and the instance part, Microsoft Azure offer you Azure virtual machine concept and AWS use elastic computing, which called EC2 instances for creating your virtual machine. When we talk about the auto scaling, in auto scaling this feature again available in both the provider. Azure called VMSS, which called virtual machine scale set, and AWS called AWS auto scaling concept. When we talk about the networking part, Microsoft Azure offer you virtual network concept. In similar way, AWS offer you virtual private cloud. When we talk about the name resolution, Microsoft offer you their own Azure public and private DNS services. In the same way, AWS offer you Route 53. When we talking about the storage services, in storage part, Microsoft Azure offer you Azure storage account, and Microsoft also provide you to a big data prospective management services, which called Azure Data Share and Azure Databricks, Azure Data Lake Storage. The similar way, AWS S3 services, AWS Lake Formation and AWS EMR. All these three services offered by AWS in competition of Microsoft Azure storage account, or you can say Microsoft storage services. Now let's talk about the container services. In containerization part, Microsoft Azure and AWS both offer you container service. Microsoft Azure have their own container service. in replacement of AWS, or you can say the in competition of AWS, AWS using Elastic Container Services. Azure and AWS both support Kubernetes services with a different name. Most probably name is similar, Azure Kubernetes Services. When we talk about the database part, in Microsoft side, we called Azure SQL Database, and AWS is called AWS Relational Database. Azure SQL Database also called sometime structured database, which is using Microsoft Azure SQL to store the data. In other way, when we talk about the Cosmos database, Microsoft Azure called Azure Cosmos Database Service, where Azure support a large number of database provider. In AWS, it's called NoSQL Database. Now, when we talk about the web application part, both offer you web application services. Microsoft Azure offer you Azure Web Application Services, and AWS is called Elastic Beanstalk, which is offering a Azure, or you can say that, AWS Web Application Services. When we talk about the route management or traffic management, or you can say the high availability part and the security part, so Azure use different kind of the provider, like Azure use their own traffic manager, Azure load balancer. In AWS called AWS Service 53, which is again working on the DNS based services. It is going to route the traffic between the web application which are from the different geographical location. When we say security part for the web application, Microsoft Azure use Azure Firewall, and AWS called AWS Web App Firewall. Microsoft Azure also offer you web application gateway with firewall, which allow you to secure from the external attack. When we say about the DevOps environment, Azure and AWS both offer you DevOps environment. Microsoft Azure use Azure DevOps, and AWS use AWS Code Deploy Services for providing the similar kind of the functionality. Now, when we say about the cache algorithm, Microsoft Azure use Azure Redis cache, and AWS use their own cache. When we say serverless computing, Azure is offering you Azure Function App and Azure Logic App. In similar way, AWS offer you AWS Lambda services, which offer you serverless environment. When we are talking about the event logs management, Azure offer you Azure Event Hub services, and AWS offer you AWS Nessus, which is used to manage the events. Now, when we talk about the cognitive services, Microsoft Azure offer you Azure Cognitive Services, and AWS offer you called AWS Recognition Services, which used for providing you the cognitive services platform. Now, we'll come part to the security part. AWS and Azure both are very secure. Microsoft having a wide range of the security products like ATP, AIP, and other which used to completely protect from the external attack. Even ATP and AIP and all these and identity protection, these also going to be work with your Office 365 products. In AWS use the guard duty, which is again a very good security tool. When we say about the governance, in governance, Azure offer you Azure Policy and Azure Blueprint, which is in the preview mode. In the similar way, AWS called AWS Organizations, where you can define what kind of the resources user can create, in which geographical location they can create, what template they can use and or not. All these we can manage via this only. When we talk about the monitoring part, both offer you monitoring solution. Microsoft Azure have their own Azure monitoring solution, and AWS use AWS CloudTrail. You can also create a hybrid monitoring solution. You can integrate in both Azure and AWS. You can also integrate your on-premises monitoring tool to achieve the hybrid monitoring model. When we talk about the identity and access management services, in identity and access management services, Microsoft has their own Azure Active Directory, and AWS use AWS IAM services. I'm going to create separate videos almost on each and every difference which I'm going to be discuss here. Azure AD offer you a wide range of the products like different kind of the subscription, or you can say the license plan, different security. You can integrate SSO. You can also make the hybrid identity from your on-premise Active Directory. You can also enable SSO with third-party directory services. Same way, AWS also offer you AWS IAM services. I'm not going in more detail about the AWS because my video is going to be cover up most of the Azure topics. I'll be focused on the Azure topics here. And when we say about the installing, or you can say the storing your certificates and your secrets key in a shared location, in Microsoft Azure we use Azure Key Vault, where you can keep your all shared secret key, your passwords and your certificates, which can be accessed by Azure resource from anywhere. In AWS, AWS is going to use AWS Key Management Services. Now let's come to the analytics part. Microsoft Azure offer you Power BI. Power BI is a very advanced tool which used for the analytics perspective and analyzing the reports, because you are getting hundred of requests, or you can say, let's suppose I want to analyze a report for the incoming attacks to my organization. So every day hundred of attacks are coming to my organization. How can I analyze it in different way? So we use Azure Power BI. AWS offer you AWS QuickSight. And the last but not least, Microsoft Azure offer you machine learning, and AWS also offer you machine learning. In Azure we call Azure Machine Learning, and AWS we call AWS SageMaker. So my friend, this is some differences I have covered. I know these are not the complete list, there is a long list. So I request you, if you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe our YouTube channel. And if you want to get a video, my upcoming video on any of the topics which you like, we will be go in the deep dive. So please don't forget to leave your comments so we can create a very good video on that one. So thank you so much, and thank you for watching, and keep rocking. Enjoy your day. Thank you.